Welcome to Cloud Moon New Beginnings, episode 46. Today, we are talking with my friend Joe Yarrow as he shares with us his exploration, process, and love of storytelling through art. Joe is a student of world religions and cultures and uses colored pencil on paper to render people's customs and beliefs, and so portrays the human longing for a better world. Thank you, Joe, for being here. Is there something you would like to share about the history, how you came to have this type of art in your life?
Well, I gave that a thought. I could give you a cute backstory.
Okay.
When I was about 3 years old, my mother bought me a copy of When God Made the World. It's a kid's color illustrated book about Genesis. And so I took the pages and I drew people, big heads, stick legs, stick arms, all over the rainbows, all over the rainforest, all over Adam and Eve. And from there, I've always been doodling or sketching.
Professionally, Joe was a speech-language pathologist, i.e., speech therapist, for 35 years. 21 of those years spent in the public school system. He worked with children labeled as slow learners and describes himself to be the same. For Joe, things tend not to make sense unless they run through both head and heart. Each of his drawings is extremely detailed and represents the time he has spent looking at different world religions to see what speaks to him. His studies and explorations span from Celtic traditions, Judaism, traditions from India, and Rastafari.
With any of these cultures I've studied, there's certain forms of drone music, very plaintive. You find that in Celtic music very much so, in Scandinavian folk music as well, and then from North Africa with Morocco, the Middle East, as well as raga music in India. So that's kind of, for all of these areas of the world I've pursued, if the impetus has been through music, but a certain kind of haunting, melancholy kind of in drone-based music.
Right.
And so that has always given rise to images as well as stories. In my 40s, I felt I had one story inside of me, and so I wrote a novel. As an afterthought, I decided to do the illustrations for a novel. It's historical fantasy fiction. And so I did that, and that got me more seriously involved in illustration. Right. So since then, I've the text has taken a backseat and visual images have gone to the forefront.
Right.
And so now all my art pieces, they do have narratives and text, but it's minor in comparison to the image.
What happens when you're creating these images?
Well, first I have to have a story. I have to have something that I want to do. And the story or the narrative comes first. Creating the visual art it is part of my way of understanding concepts because I'm a slow learner and processor. So to take, 3, 4, 5 weeks on a particular image and then to ruminate on some of these ideas I'm trying to learn about has been helpful for me. For us slow learners.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're trying to learn too. I mean, if you're already functioning in a certain way of experiencing the world, and that has nothing to do with what they teach you in school, then when
Mm-hmm.
you take what they teach you in school and put it on you, there's going to be a confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be seen as slow because are on a different plane already.
For young children especially, I'm sure that happens quite frequently.
Yeah.
Being misunderstood and being too inarticulate, at least in adult conception of it,
Right.
to to analyze it, much less speak about it.
Right. Right. And then they lose touch with that reality that was so much a part of their experience because this overlay has been put on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get graded on it. But nobody
Yeah,
asked you about your wisdom.
I think most of us have been through that to some degree or another.
Yeah. Yes, it's really incredible how when a person meets a person, worlds really are coming together, and it's amazing we are able to communicate as much as we can, as much as we are. I feel it's really important that, especially with young children, and especially labeling people as slow, what is this preoccupation with being fast? Why is one better than the other? It's pretty serious infringement on the innate intelligence of anyone you meet to put a label on them like that. And I think the process that Joe, you display in your creations is really testament to the uniqueness of each one of us. Thank you, Joe, for sharing your beautiful work and taking the time to speak with me about the process and your life experiences. And thank you for joining us on Cloud Moon New Beginnings. For more information about Joe and his work, please check the comments below this video.